Sharing files between host and VM. When working with virtual machines, one of the most common requirements is transferring files between the host system and the virtual machine. Whether you are sharing documents, application files, or project data, having an efficient method to move files back and forth is essential for productivity. There are multiple ways to share files between a host machine and a VM, depending on the hypervisor you are using and the level of integration you need. The most commonly used methods include shared folders, drag-and-drop functionality, network file sharing, and USB device pass-through. In this lesson, we will explore each method, their advantages, and best practices for seamless file sharing in VirtualBox and VMware. Using shared folders. Shared folders provide a reliable way to exchange files between the host and the VM by designating a directory on the host system that the virtual machine can access. This method is ideal for transferring large files, project directories, or frequently accessed documents. To set up shared folders in VirtualBox, you need to enable guest editions, add a shared folder in the settings, and mount it inside the VM. In VMware, this requires installing VMware tools and enabling shared folders in the VM settings. Once configured, the shared folder is accessible as a network drive or mounted directory inside the VM. Drag-and-drop file sharing. Most modern hypervisors allow users to simply drag and drop files between the host and VM. This is a convenient method for transferring small files like text documents, scripts, or software installers. However, it may not be reliable for large file transfers and requires guest editions or VMware tools to be installed. Network file sharing. If you need a more flexible file sharing solution that works across multiple virtual machines, remote systems, or over a network, network file sharing is the best approach. This method allows a VM to access shared folders over a local network, just like any other network device. For Windows hosts, you can set up an SMB shared folder and access it from the VM using a network path. On Linux, configuring Samba allows seamless file sharing between the host and VM. Network file sharing is particularly useful for large data transfers and collaborative environments. Using USB device pass-through. For scenarios where files are stored on a USB flash drive or external hard disk, virtual machines can access USB devices directly using USB pass-through. This allows the VM to interact with the external storage as if it were connected directly to the guest OS. While effective for large file transfers, USB pass-through requires manual connection and may only allow one system to access the device at a time. Final thoughts. Choosing the right file sharing method. Choosing the right file sharing method depends on how frequently you transfer files and the file sizes involved. If you need frequent access to shared files, setting up shared folders is the most efficient option. For quick one-time transfers, drag and drop works best. If you are working in a networked environment, using network file sharing allows multiple VMs to share data efficiently. For large external storage devices, USB pass-through provides direct file access. By selecting the appropriate method, you can streamline file transfers between your host and virtual machines, improving workflow efficiency and eliminating unnecessary complications. In the next lesson, we will explore automating file transfers and synchronizing shared folders for virtual environments, ensuring seamless integration between host and VM file systems.